Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 31 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today we are talking about the IDEANCE process. And I have a couple of coaching friends who recently have been talking about getting uncomfortable, being okay with being uncomfortable about something. Why? Because we always want to be stretching our comfort zone and on the edge of our comfort zone. That's where we want to be operating, not in the middle where we're super duper comfortable because we don't have any growth or transformation there. So I have been through for the last 3 days trying to come up with our Better You process acronym. And so far, the best I can come up with, and I think I'm going to settle on it. We're going to just use it this year because it makes me a little uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't love it, but we're going to practice it again today. I'm going to share it today. And then, of course, we'll go through it every month. We'll actually do one day at a time of each month over the next 9 months as we cover the different areas of the life framework: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, confidence, and communication. And to get uncomfortable, usually I talk about emotions in February because you got Valentine's Day and everything. But this year, we're going to jump right into confidence. I got 25 topics. We'll run through this. We'll use the SOAP framework and apply it to a challenge area. But today, let's talk about the IDEANCE, and it's IDEA, IDEA, NCE is the acronym I came up with. Why? Because I need to have acronyms to remind me of the steps of different processes. That's why I did growing in the steps that we did last year. And prior to that, I want to say, I think we had, I don't remember if it was improve goals, do one thing every day to get your goals. Anyway, that is not the topic of today's conversation. So IDEANCE is what I came up with. So step one would be awareness, current situation, what's going on, what's reflecting on and thinking about and becoming aware of what the heck's going on right now in this situation or area of my life that's gotten my attention. So that's our current situation. What is? D stands for desired situation. What the heck do we want? Okay, so we know what's going on. And if it's getting our attention, obviously it's either super duper good or bad enough to have gotten on our radar. So we want to say, okay, well, what do we want it to be? Third step, E, is to explore options. What's possible to begin filling that gap? So we want to brainstorm options and come up with ideas to get us from where we are to where we want to be, from what is to our desired state and our goal or a goal. Then we're going to explore and brainstorm options. Fourth is A for action, act now. We always want to, as soon as we analyze alternatives, analyze the options that we come up with, we want to act on one of them, the one we select, immediately. Even if it's just a tiny action, we want to move toward it because that'll help us to build momentum. The faster we act on a decision, the more committed we are to following through on that decision. N stands for what's next, or we want to have some reflection time on the lessons that we learned from the process so far. We know what we want. We know where we are. We got an idea of an option to take action on. We took action. Well, how did it work? Did it work out? Or what do we need to do next? We look at the results. We look at lessons learned. We say, okay, do I need to do some more of that? Do I need to do something entirely differently? Do I need to go back and re-brainstorm or look at my other possible options and pick something entirely different in order to start filling that gap? C stands for celebrate our wins. Celebrate small wins, celebrate big wins, but celebrate growth and progress and being resilient and sticking to the challenge no matter what. Give yourself credit for that and celebrate at some frequency. You decide what that frequency is. I like to celebrate a little bit every month as I go through the challenge. E stands for educate, share, or teach. We want to not just leave what we learned, our lessons learned with us. We want to share them with or teach them to someone else. And you can creatively find ways to do this. It's really fun. Sometimes I teach my daughter. Sometimes I teach my granddaughter or my son. Sometimes I teach through a little webinar, seminar, summit, something to share the information and the lessons that I've learned with other people. So think of today a way that you want to be a better you. I want to be in each of the different areas and aspects of our life. We'll go through this, but let's say today, and I'll just talk through an example as quickly as I can. My current situation is I well, let's do physical fitness and wellness, because I was sick at the beginning of the year, end of last year and the beginning of this year. So I got a slow start, which makes it tough for me. And right, it's at the end of January and I'm just now catching up with all of the things that I had to reschedule and put on hold because I was sick for so darn long. And I don't want to show up sick when I'm working with other people. That's not right. It's like sending your kids to school sick. You just don't do it. Now, this is a reformed work no matter what person. I used to go to work no matter what, and I would, quarantine myself in my office and still get my work done. All right, that was in my corporate, that was in all my days, my corporate days and business ownership days for sure. Okay, so I want to be more physically fit. So first, what is going on right now? What is causing me to think this? Well, I was sick. I'm not eating particularly well, So what do I want? I want to be healthy and energized and at my ideal weight and at my level of energy to keep up with the things that are demanding in my life. Explore options. So what are some possible ways I can do that? Well, I can hydrate more, sleep more, get more action and activity than I have been getting, make better choices, make better food choices. So then I could pick one and act on that one. Okay, I'm going to make better food choices because I just read this book again as part of a reading challenge. Eating for your blood type. Something I discovered when I had a huge health challenge, thanks to one of my healthcare reformed friends who taught me about it. And so that's the action I'm going to take. So then what's next? What lessons can I learn? So I'm going to apply this for a week. I'm going to go back to I'm eating for my blood type and see how it makes me feel. So next, then after that, I'll say, well, how did it make me feel? Did it have an impact at all? Did I notice anything? Am I feeling better? Am I feeling worse? If I'm feeling worse, that's probably not the right option for me. If I'm feeling better, it's a great option to follow through and continue to do. I'm going to ask myself and give myself credit. Credit would be another one. Credit and celebrate growth for sticking to it for a whole week. And then, because a day or so isn't going to do anything, right? I love these things. I want instant results. Well, almost nothing in our lives gives us instant results unless it's something bad. So we don't want to do that. Then after I determine if it's right for me, I'm going to celebrate my progress in sticking to it and my growth and pay attention to the lessons that I'm learning so that I can educate, teach, and share what I've learned with other people who might be in the same situation or the same boat as me. All right, that was a very messy run through, but you get the idea. So today, just pick one thing and say, okay, how can I use this process to help me to be better in this area or aspect of our life? Remember, it's wide open. We haven't started anything yet. Next month, we'll go through it with respect to confidence in our area. Why? Because confidence is all about being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. All right. That's all I've got today. If I can help in any way, ask. If you're struggling with this process, so am I, because I'm uncomfortable and it's brand new. But we'll practice and we'll do it at least once a month this year for the next 9 months. 9 times 10, 11, 12. We're already through. We'll be through a dozen times by the time we do it for that. So I think that we'll make it our own, right? That's what we need to make things our own so that we're not uncomfortable with them. All right. Any questions? Hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow.